Thank you very much. So I've been at it. I actually started in the solar industry in 1978. Before inverters, and we actually our first installations went in with ready line motor generators made by Honeywell. And amazing enough, I still have a few of those units in operation. We use one for standby, actually at one of my offices. I'm an independent installer, and I first became associated with Crown Battery when I started doing, was doing a large tribal project up in northern Arizona. And I've been disappointed with the other big, large battery distributors. They were not getting back to me on quotes, and they couldn't manage the different issues that we had to with the weather and the other problems of warehousing in northern Arizona. We have extremes in northern Arizona of 75 degrees below zero on super cold times during they're called microbursts. We get up to 75 degrees below zero, and we have temperatures of up to 110 degrees. So I had to design for these kind of temperatures, and I've always been an innovator, and we actually designed for a major installation that we did in northern Arizona. We designed a solar heating system for our batteries, and also designed a cooling system. Our solar heating system in the summertime, it uses solar hot air. It's heated by solar hot air, and it keeps the batteries a nice even temperature, about between around 80, 85 degrees during the winter time, and during the summertime we have a night ventilation system. This is high country, up between 5 and 9,500 foot elevations. And what we do in the summertime is we have a night cycle where we induce cool into the container, and it cools the container, and we have a water tank in there that acts like a trommel and holds the temperature. And it's a very, very well insulated installation. So there aren't any secrets. I said that earlier today. I've worked for NASA, DOE. We have some of our technology in both the international and the U.S. space stations, and we've got we do work for all the divisions of government, Navy SEALs. We've got advanced teams in war zones with our battery backup systems working extremely well, and in the harshest environments we have Crown batteries that are doing really good job. So when we did the native project, it was one of the most difficult environmental impact type ones on batteries that we had ever had. So I really took time to design a really good room to maintain the batteries and get a really good ideal temperatures on it. And we also had the challenge that the natives couldn't afford generators, so the batteries were not always getting charged up. We've done our first cycle on that system of batteries. We put it in 2011, and the batteries are just needing to be replaced now, so we're getting between 7.5 and 8.5 years on those batteries. Why do battery suppliers matter? Reliability of delivery. We depend in the field and doing installations. We really depend on getting good quotes, and timely deliveries, especially when we're battling with snowstorms or heat waves or monsoon seasons like we deal with in Arizona. So we were very, very happy to work with them. I'd worked with many battery suppliers in the past and have had problems with warranties. They love you when you got a big order. They hate you when you got a warranty. And when it comes to getting deliveries on batteries on warranties, I've been extremely pleased with Crowns. We've got a bad battery, we gotta call them up, and that battery is on its way to us within a day or two, and we get it, reinstall it, and we send the other core back. How long have they been around? Let's see, there's very important things that we deal with when all my vendors and even people that I sell to, because I do a lot of sales also, is we always have to be sure how long have our vendors been in business. Crown's almost 100 years old. They're a very dependable company with a really good balance sheet, and they're very reliable as far as the supply chain and their supply chain coming into them so they can supply the batteries on time. How good are their marketing materials is very, very important. We really depend on being able to have nice materials to be able to give to our clients, to show them the kind of batteries we have and the amp hour rating. When you go out and you check out a job, what we do is we have to do a forward assessment, figure out how many amp hour battery that we need, size the battery, size the solar system for charging, and then be able to get the battery ordered, take a look at the sheets, figure out which battery is the right specification, get the sweet spot, and then install it. And they help us through every step of the way. We have a representative that's been really golden to us. Chip has been working with us since we started and has helped us. If I need help or I've got a bid that I need to get in right away, I text Chip, he calls me back, and we get the job done. So getting the right kind of rep and being able to depend on him is extremely important. And having his backup team back at the factory to work with, he's always depending on his backup team. He's got a really great backup team, and they call me, let me know if there's going to be a delay or any problems with any of the batteries. Really, the way they build the battery is one of the most important things. I've been at the factory, taken a complete tour of the factory, seen the complete assembly method and all the quality that goes into these batteries. It's just amazing what kind of quality goes in these batteries. Logistics, shipping, I've heard 100 times, I don't know where the truck is, I don't have tracking. We don't have that problem with Crown. If I call there within a couple hours of when I give an order, I see the tracking, I know where the order's coming from, how soon it's going to be there, and when I can schedule to get my crews out. That's really important for us installers. We depend so much on good suppliers to really back us up. They do not use the cheapest freight lines, and we're happy to pay a good, the reasonable amount. Their quotes are good on freight, and we get timely deliveries, and we don't get excuses from I can't find the truck or it's lost somewhere. So that's very, very important to us. Proven and reliable. The bottom line is I've lived off-grid for 35 years. My batteries just turned 24 years old, and they're still at 90% an hour after sunset, and my batteries are extremely dependable, and when they build it, they built those batteries to last. I'm just astounded. My batteries are the 2-volt batteries, the large ones, like the one standing up over here on the right, and they're extremely good. They're 2-volt. I have 24 of the 2-volt cells. Crown has very good marketing material. You can go to their website anytime and download the material, and it's very easy. You don't have to call them. They've got a very good setup on their website where material can be downloaded at any time. The spec sheets are accurate, which is very important to us, and they have very good information on taking care of batteries. We train a lot of people on taking care of batteries because the O&M on batteries is essential to long life. You're not going to get 24 years out of your batteries if you don't water them. We've had a lot of issues over the years with certain manufacturers of their batteries not being approved and not meeting the fire spread rules and the other things. We've never had a problem submitting any of the Crown batteries for our permits. The paperwork is the correct paperwork the first time, and then we have an answer person if the building department needs more information. It's been very, very good experience. I've been very happy with it, and so have our inspectors. We're not dealing with estimates on projections on the computer of how long a battery is going to last. We're dealing with real world experience. And I'm not the only one that has batteries going past 20 years old. My batteries are 24. I know many, many people that have, of our customers, where their batteries are 18 and 20 years old now, and they're having the same experience with us. Mine isn't a one-off. I didn't get the gold-plated special batteries. Crown's been in business 100 years now. Their batteries aren't going to last 100 years. I don't think mine's going to make it to 100 years. I'm going to be very happy if it makes it to 30 years or even 25 or 26 years. Every year is just that much less I paid for the original set of batteries. So many, many manufacturers now they've been in business for 2 or 3 years and they go out of business, and their claims for their batteries were going to last 10 years, and now the liability companies are stuck with having to replace people's batteries because they didn't last. So you got to find out, you always want to ask how long you've been in business and what kind of proof you have that your batteries are going to last 10 years. And if the company seems reliable, then still ask for a third-party bond or some sort of third-party guarantee that they're going to last. You know, I don't take anybody's, especially on batteries, I don't take anybody's promise that they're going to last for granted. I always make them prove it. Lithium batteries haven't been around that long. They're lasting in vehicles somewhere between 6 and 8 years. I have not seen a lithium battery yet that has lasted 10 years. So I would like anyone that has, I'd like to have them come here and show them to me, show me that they have, but I have not experienced that yet. We've got a Prius in the family, and we're going to have to replace those batteries. They're about 7.5 years old right now. And of course, when you're out there selling, when you say that you've got a battery company that's been in business 100 years, and that your batteries lasted 24 years, then it makes the sale so much easier. And we're dealing with true honesty and integrity in everything that we're dealing with, because we have a really good company that we can depend on. Will they still be around? Yes. My understanding is Crown's very solid, and they're going to probably be around for at least another 50 years, maybe 100 years, or more. Ask questions, and try to find other applications where your batteries are being used, and ask people what their experience has been. If they haven't had a 10-year life, then at least ask them and make sure the batteries are functioning well and that they're having a good experience with their batteries. Okay, does price point make sense? Lead acid batteries are much less, 5 to 10 times less than lithium batteries, and the history is really good on them. So you have to take a look at it and say, what's my real price point? Do I go with a battery that I can really depend on, that can last up to 24 years or older? Or do I go with a battery that's unproven? And so that's what I tell my customers. We do have some customers with lithium batteries. We've dialed their expectations way down as far as the 100%. I've told them, no, they're not doing 100%. You're lucky to get 70, 80% on them, and you have to shave loads if you want to last longer. If you don't have sun, don't have a generator, and you want to last on them, then you can charge your cell phones and unplug your refrigerator and other things in order to peak shave, but they're not going to last. So this is a picture, there's a picture up on the board now of the Navajo family where we replaced the house, and part of the Crown crew is there. And this is one of it doesn't have a real good picture of our device, our heating and cooling room where the batteries are in. But that's a house at Navajo Nation where we installed we actually got a donation to replace the house. These folks were living in a railroad tie house. We got a donation to replace the house, and we put a solar system and a wind system there. It has both. Since we switched to Crown batteries, our experience has been much, much easier with obtaining batteries and getting service, any kind of service that's necessary, and obtaining quotes. I've been extremely, as an installer, Crown has been a dream experience for us and not a nightmare. And if you're thinking of switching battery manufacturers, or if you want to try someone else, I would encourage you to try Crown, give them a try. We've been extremely happy with our experience, and if you would like to talk to me or anything about it, I'd be happy to talk with you.